I guess I like tried to snatch her or something, so I think she smacked the back of her head.
A frantic call. A baby, alone with her father, isn't breathing. As detectives began piecing together the final hours before this baby's death, their attention shifts not to the father, but to the mother.
The day before, you Googled shaken baby syndrome. Why did you?
I'm Angenette Levy, and this is Crime Fix. We all know how helpless newborn babies are. They can't do anything for themselves, and it takes some time for them to even be able to roll over on their own. Babies are sweet, and they're a lot of work in a good way. And having twins is double the feedings, diaper changes, the whole 9 yards. So imagine the concern when a 911 call comes in that a 4-month-old baby girl isn't breathing. That call would lead to a mother and a father in Ohio being sent to prison, even though the mother wasn't home at the time. We'll get into the reason why the mother was arrested in a bit and what detectives found that landed her in prison. But first, a recap of this case that we've discussed before. It was November 2024 when police and EMTs got that call about a 4-month-old baby who wasn't breathing at a home in Goshen, Ohio. Police went to the home and found Dad, Andrew Kammerer, home alone with his 4-month-old twin girls.
What's going on? What happened?
I was feeding her. She was having complications with just like being comforted. So I took her to go change her diaper. She fell off and I guess I tried to snatch her or something. So I think she smacked the back of her head, but I didn't catch her in time. So I don't know.
Okay. Who's here with you?
Just me.
Just here?
Yeah, and I have another baby.
Where's Mom at?
She's at work up in Dayton.
Okay. Take us in and let us see where...
Yeah.
How old's the other child?
Not yet.
Yeah, just hang on. Okay,
Give me
let's
a second,
go.
Lisa.
Go ahead. Is there any dogs or anything?
Yes, she's already locked up.
Okay.
So the other baby's sitting right over here. I was doing the chest compressions right here.
So just walk.
Changing her diaper.
Okay, just walk through what was going on.
I was changing her diaper and
Where was she sleeping?
she wasn't sleeping. I was changing her diaper. Yeah.
When did she wake up?
Oh, I had them out there
Okay.
feeding.
Okay, so you brought her back in here and then
Right.
what?
Well, I started to change her diaper and then she didn't poop, so I did the whole belly press and then she got mad, so then I was gonna get her something else to comfort her and dropped her passy, so I picked it up and she rolled off because she had kept pushing her legs really tight because of they have acid reflux, and so she pushed herself off, and it was too late I can do anything
So you're changing her diaper.
Mhm.
She drops her passy.
Yeah. She spits it out.
Spits it out. Then what do you do?
I'm trying to grab it. So it bounced off the bottom of here and it rolled over that way. I turned around for a second. She pushed over
She pushed over and what?
off of this. She
Okay.
pushed off of this.
And
then,
how did she fall?
yes, she fell.
Okay. Then what happened?
Well, I tried to grab her and I couldn't grab her in time, so she hit the ground.
Okay. Then what happened?
I picked her up and she wasn't she was gasping for air, so then I'm trying to get her, and so I set her back on the mat here and I'm trying to wipe things up and clean things up, and she's I'm starting to see this bruising on her belly from where I guess her diaper had been, and she somehow her lip is blood coming off of it, and it's how the hell did that? You don't have teeth. I'm just freaking out. So then she starts changing colors, right? She starts turning white. So now I'm freaking out, what is going on? What did I just do? Is it my fault? What is going on? So I mean, she was not real breathing consistently. I noticed I'm looking for her ribs sucking or anything like that, and she's not doing any of that. It's just she's not breathing.
Now, Andrew Kammerer sadly would later be charged with the aggravated murder of baby Evelyn after doctors found she had suffered injuries to her brain, spine, and liver that she simply couldn't survive. The detectives had tried to get Andrew to tell them what really happened that day.
So, is it possible that something else happened this morning that you're not telling us that goes along Evelyn falling out of her changing table?
No, man, I told you everything. There's not another thing that I can think of that I haven't told you. I break it down by as much time, by as much.
So they did send me a picture of the changing table.
Yeah.
And it's like concave in the middle,
Mm-hmm.
which, you know.
That's what I was telling you. It's kind of like ramped, right? It's
Yeah.
kind of got like a rounded edge to it, like a half pipe.
Which makes me, you know, outside perspective, not attacking you or anything, but I see that and I'm like, that'd be weird.
How did she get out of it? I know what you're saying, man. And trust me, after what the doctor said too, it's got me thinking and all these concerns and all these worries and all these things like that. But she moves so much, right? She moves around tremendously. They both do. And like even setting her in there, like that's the changing table. She's kicking all over the place. They both do. They move so much. I don't know. I don't know how.
Is it possible that you dropped her and this statement or this situation is just conformed into her falling off this changing table?
No, I've never dropped them. I've never done anything that I don't feel comfortable holding them a lot. I'll be honest. I don't, because they're so small, right?
Yeah.
I don't love holding the babies. I think it's terrifying. I'm absolutely petrified to hold these little girls.
Andrew was also charged with felonious assault for hurting Evelyn's twin sister. Earlier, you heard Andrew Kammerer tell police that the mother of the babies was at work, and police interviewed her at the hospital that day.
From dinner on, she was kind of fussy, not like crazy. It was more like she was sleeping, woke up, and wanted attention, and she had this habit of.
What time was that?
6:30 to 7 at night.
Last night?
Yeah.
Okay.
But she has a habit of going rigid. And when she does that, she usually launches herself if she has a foothold. And usually we're holding her when that would happen, but she managed to kind of arch herself on her body a little. Oh, got her resituated. Like, okay, well, it's about time for bed anyways. And I get them ready for bed on the floor, so there's no chance of rolling, no chance of me working with Darcy and her going rigid. I get her changed her butt. I give her we play a little bit and get her dressed in her slipper, and then we swaddle her up and get her more calmed down and ready for bed. I have a little vibrating chair that's for her, and she'll lay in that while and her butt play a little bit because they usually don't want to go to bed right away.
Mm-hmm.
Get her dressed in her sleeper, get her sacked up, swaddled up, and we lay down and I get them to where at least 15 minutes in, they're in their deep sleep, and I lay them in their cribs. And they were good. From that point until I woke up about 2:30, 3 o'clock, and then I got up, I got dressed, I left for work. So
they were asleep when you left for work? Yeah. Didn't wake up at all throughout the night?
No, and that's normal for them, actually. They usually sleep through the night. And then I obviously don't know anything's wrong until he calls me and tells me that.
Okay, so that was done through a phone call?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I was already long gone at work, and I work because they made a move. I now work over up in Marine.
Okay.
This was in November 2024. Danielle said she went back to work in September of that year. So Andrew was tending to the twins for about 2 months alone.
Hello.
Fast forward 1 month to December 16th, 2024. It's been a little bit more than a month since baby Evelyn died. In the 6 weeks or so since Andrew Kammerer called 911, detectives have had some time to look at the evidence.
Hello.
Danielle, appreciate you coming in. All right, you were dad, right? I'm dad. And then, what was your name? Scott. Chris. I know I met you guys at the hospital, but I don't think I ever actually formally introduced myself. You guys ready? Mm-hmm.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
Oh, Christina card?
Oh, yeah,
Pretty
Rich.
sure.
Yeah,
Sorry.
sorry about that. Wasn't paying much attention.
That's it, see.
So these detectives have a lot more information than they did that day that Evelyn died.
Then, so we like to always come back and have a secondary interview, and of course, through the investigation, there's always extra questions that we have.
Yeah.
So that way we can kind of like fill in little missing pieces or something like that, so, all right.
So I will tell you, Danielle's an unusual client for me because she keeps telling me, what can I do? What can I do? I will give them anything. I've got nothing to hide.
Great.
She's here for her babies.
Yep.
So, I mean, you know, we don't always say, yeah, go and talk to police more.
Right, yeah, well,
But
usually-
she's unique and she wants to be here. She wants to help. Anything she can do to help, she's made very
I would
clear
think
to
it would
me.
be odd him not wanting to talk to us, but,
Yeah.
so, typically, and I think we may even said this before, we always say you're free to leave at any time. You're represented by your attorneys. We're not gonna sit here and read Miranda rights or anything like that, but even witnesses and stuff like that, when we actually bring them in, we always let them know that they're free to leave and stuff like that, okay?
Mhm.
Do you have any questions about that? Obviously, if there's something that you wanna talk to her about and you want a timeout, just let us know. We'll step out and let you have some time with her, and then we'll reconvene afterward.
Okay.
Sound okay? Do you have any questions before we get started?
No.
All right. I'll let you go ahead, and you got kind of a couple line of questions initially to start off with.
Yeah, like we were saying, it's more or less just trying to fill in the pieces. I know personally I haven't got to talk to you much, other than at the hospital, which a million different things going on that day. But more or less, I'm kind of just trying, my questions here, just better understanding your and Andrew's relationship. For example, how long have you guys been together?
For like the past year or so, we've been saying 10 years, but I think it's close to like 8.
Okay.
And yeah, I would say probably about 8 years.
Okay, and were you guys engaged to be married?
Yes.
Okay. When did you guys get engaged?
A few years ago.
Danielle goes on to tell the detectives that she and Andrew met at Walmart. Then the conversation turned to Andrew's demeanor and their relationship.
Prior to learning of your pregnancy, how would you describe your and Andrew's relationship?
If I look back in hindsight and through the therapy I've been through now, it was emotionally and mentally abusive. At the time in the relationship, I would have said it was okay. I would say the amount of time I've been with him, he definitely had me under his thumb. And I didn't see any signs of abuse during the relationship.
Can you explain emotional and mental, because obviously it potentially could mean something to
Yeah.
anybody, how they perceive
Yeah.
things. How would you say that you would describe that?
It would be in the way he spoke to me.
All right.
Again,
going over text messages and things of that nature. The things he would say were very manipulative. It was understanding that now. So,
Okay. Any threats?
none towards me.
Toward anybody?
Mainly himself.
Any issues with him having anger issues? I know you mentioned mental abuse and stuff like that, but I'm not necessarily, I'd like you to answer if there was abuse towards you, but even some type of anger where he's out, lost control or something like that, in addition to harming somebody or damaging houses or property or...
He had punched a hole in our closet door a couple times.
So I think whenever I was at the house, I took a picture and there was like 4 different holes.
Yeah.
Those were multiple events?
2
Or
separate events.
2 separate. Okay, and I think you told me that before.
Yeah.
I just now had a click, so.
Do you remember when those were, roughly?
Not exactly. They were both before the girls.
Did he have any, like, anger outbursts after the girls were born? I'm sorry, I wasn't at the house, I was to the door,
Our closet door.
closet door.
Any, does he, or had he damaged any other property that you're aware of? Right, never like punched the car or
No. I know
kicked the door or anything like that?
he threw his phone once and broke my TV,
Okay.
but
Was that out of anger?
I'm not entirely certain I wasn't in the room when he did it. So I don't know if it was necessarily out of anger.
Were you guys
or...
arguing or anything before that?
No.
You ever get in trouble at work for any anger issues?
Not that he ever told me.
Okay. When he did get angry or got into these fits where he's emotional and mental abuse towards you, what triggered that?
It would we typically start off with either a conversation about money or he was concerned that I wasn't taking care of my health, or it would stem initially, like, say he made a joke and then it'd go too far and I'd say, hey, and then
Okay.
yeah.
That happen often? Like he makes a joke, you tell him you went too far, did he ever like just quit doing that, or would he continue
He
kind of
would
going too far?
continue.
Alright. Was there ever any jealousy, accusations of cheating on each other, anything like that, that would cause any of this?
Again, hindsight, I've been made aware that he thought I was cheating on him.
Okay. Was that what some of the arguments may have been about at some point? Alright.
He never outright accused me himself.
Did he ever, I guess that's probably just answered my question, and then I'm just gonna throw it out there, did he ever make any accusations of whether the babies were his or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
The detectives simply want to know what Danielle Rheude knew and when she knew it, and they already know the answers to many of these questions that they're asking.
Once you were able to go back to work, did you see a change in his stress level?
I didn't see a change in his stress level. I did see that he seemed more insecure, but I thought it was mainly because of our parents getting in his head, telling us, you should do it this way, that way.
Every parent does it, so
Yeah.
it's not abnormal.
Yeah. So I think they just got in his head.
Alright.
What was he insecure about?
I think because of how small they were. The first day I went back to work, he was concerned that he would hurt them, but after that first day, he seemed perfectly okay. He seemed okay.
What day did you go back to work?
September 16th.
So before that, did he ever have any concerns that he was
No,
harming the child at all?
no.
Right. So then you go back to work, then he starts making that known that he's nervous or afraid or something?
Yeah.
So what would he say that made you think that he was nervous or afraid of hurting the child?
He had said he was scared that he was gonna hurt him. I asked him if he wanted me to come home. He said no, that he'd figure it out.
Why would he be afraid that he would hurt them? Like, how? Just because of their size, or?
Because of their size and it being the first time he was alone with them.
Okay. Do you think he's just kind of rough in general? And he thinks that way, or?
I think so, maybe.
And I don't want to put that in your head, but I mean, it's the only really way I could kind of ask that question. Has he ever made any mention about not being able to control himself or control his strength or not knowing his own strength or anything along that lines?
He had said that over the years.
Okay. Before
I was pregnant, before.
Okay.
So the detectives have gotten Danielle Rheude to admit that she is aware that Andrew had anger issues and that he couldn't control his anger. And he had made those statements before she was even pregnant.
Was there something?
With you, your counseling and stuff that you've been through since the incident, and you said looking back now, you see signs that I guess maybe weren't obvious to you then. Did, I guess, Andrew's abusive behavior or attitude towards you, did that increase more after the twins were born?
I think so. I know we definitely argued more after they were born.
What were you guys arguing about?
It was mainly money.
Okay. Because you started back to work on the 16th, so that's 2 months that after they were born. Did he go back to work pretty quick after the kids were born?
Yeah. So after the initial 3 days after I gave birth, he was going back to work. He would drop me off at the NICU, and he'd go to work.
Okay. Other than money, was there anything else that led to arguments? Okay.
You said, I'm going to kind of capitalize on what he said also. Looking back at it, you've realized things.
Yeah.
Have you realized issues with him watching the kids at this point?
From everything I saw with him, with the girls, he always presented as a loving father.
Okay. Were there ever any concerns that you had based on stuff that he mentioned to you, or him calling you, or him texting you, or anything like that?
No.
Okay. And that's still looking back, something's not triggering.
Still looking back, I didn't know.
Okay. So was there ever a concern that you had that he had hurt the baby, was going to hurt the baby, anything like that?
No.
This is a very important moment. Danielle just told the detectives that she never had a concern that Andrew had hurt the babies or was going to hurt the babies. It's time for the detectives to confront Danielle now that they've locked her into some answers.
Were you ever concerned that anybody else, yourself, your mom, his parents, anybody had hurt the kids?
No.
Okay.
Were his parents, your parents, ever expressed concerns that he might be hurting the kids?
No.
Any concerns of shaken baby syndrome prior to this?
No.
You want to go through the phones?
Yeah. So, as you're aware, we did the
A download.
download on your phone, and we did the download on his phone through a search warrant between July 1st and November 4th. So, kind of going through, and it's hard for us to understand because, you know, a lot of text conversations will stem from face-to-face conversations or a phone conversation that eventually carries over into a text message. So, going back June 29th, so we're 6, 7 days prior. Was there an issue or shortly there prior to damage being caused to a door to where Andrew's dad would have been there fixing something? Is that
Yeah.
okay? What?
It was either the closet door or the hall room door.
That was August 6th, where Kyle came over.
Yeah.
On that same day, earlier in the day, you did a Google search on how to get a baby to stop crying with dad.
Mm-hmm.
What was...
He felt that they were crying with him more than they were with me, so
Okay.
just trying to help him bond.
Got it.
Bond
Did
more
you
with them.
kind of explain the whole motherly
Yeah.
nurturing and stuff like that? Did that comment ever like settle with him, or did he always question it?
He seemed to kind of always question it.
Okay.
He thought that they would have gotten used to him, but just like it's gonna be a while.
And this is a matter of a month.
Yeah.
So in that month, did you ever have any concerns?
No.
Okay. The day before, you Googled shaken baby syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you?
I think him and I were talking about it.
Okay. Was
No.
he expressing concern?
No.
Like what would have kind of brought up the topic?
Again, I think it was our parents, and they were, if I'm remembering correctly, they were there the day before, and he was kind of just bouncing one of the babies.
Okay. So the day before?
Yeah. I think they made a comment, and
Was there comment concern you bounced them too hard, or?
no, it was more, they were trying to tell us how to do it,
Okay.
what, in the way that they felt was the correct way.
What date was that?
The Google search was on the 5th, but you said the day before, so it was August 4th.
Yeah.
The parents would have been there?
One set of our parents, they came at different times.
Okay. And did they actually make a comment about him
They,
at the time?
they said something to him.
Okay.
I don't remember what the comment was exactly, but it was just felt bouncing.
So detectives have asked Danielle why she was Googling shaken baby syndrome all the way back in August. This was more than a month before she returned to work. And then there's discussion about Andrew's anger issues again.
Okay.
Years
I'm
ago.
just trying to build
Yeah.
up a history of
Yeah.
his anger here. So, you also brought up to Michael that Andrew is quick to anger with you, smashed the 2 TVs, broke numerous plates. He even chipped the paint off the oven, punched our closet door numerous times. Every time he would then go on about how much he loves me and that he just needed to release his anger immediately or it would build up. Have you ever, have you ever seen it build up past that?
No.
And obviously there's a history of his anger with
Me.
not being able to control his anger
Yeah.
and stuff. So all these incidents, the 2 TVs, numerous plates, chipping the paint off the oven, punch the closet door, that wasn't just a 1 or 2 day thing. Those are spread out over multiple days, potentially over years.
Yeah.
Got it. So years of anger, he has never been able to control himself, and he's always going back to anger.
The incidences were always spread apart.
Okay.
Very spread apart.
Would you call his anger snapping? He
Yeah.
snaps from time to time? Okay. So, on that same date with all that, again, you Googled shaken baby syndrome treatments. Why would there be a Google search for shaken baby treatment?
I think, again, it was, we were talking about it, and he wanted to know more in depth.
Okay. Shortly after that, you Googled
Yeah.
how to tell if my baby's hurt. Did you suspect him hurting her that day?
No.
Do you recall why you would?
Do you remember the date? Do you
That's
have the
August
date?
12th still. It's the same date as
So that
Michael
was,
Kopak.
yeah, so, on August 12th?
Yes.
I don't think I talked about that with him on August 12th.
No, this
Well,
would,
this
would have been the,
Yeah.
conversation with you and Andrew about the TV mounts was on August 12th.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Michael conversation was
Was-
further. So to kind of jump back, so that would have been just prior to the series of 3 messages. That was when you would have Google searched how to tell if my baby was hurt. What stemmed that search?
So then that search was, more or less to, like, she's not hurt. Is, like I said, our parents were starting to get in his head. He never outwardly said that he thought he hurt her, but it was me trying to curb, I think.
Did he give any, like, specific reasons as to why he thought they might have been hurt, or?
No. He never said he thought he hurt them.
Okay.
It was, at some point, if he's, so I know with myself sometimes I catastrophize. I go to what's the worst possible outcome.
Mm-hmm.
And I had also noticed that during the relationship he would do the same. So it was my way of making sure I had answers if he catastrophized.
Danielle is asked about Andrew, texting her soon after she returned to work with questions about the babies being so fussy, especially Evelyn having acid reflux.
Then going just a little bit further past when you asked, you want me to come home? You know, like you said earlier, Andrew replied back saying they were getting more upset, advised he was just going to kill himself. Then he says that something to the effect of they will not even look at me, I'm a monster to them. And he goes on, you say you're not a monster, then he says I am because I hurt them. And you say you don't hurt them. He says I do. I squeeze and hold them too roughly, I jerk them around too hard, bounce them too hard, I am hurting them. You say, no, you're not, Andrew, they're resilient babies. He said, I hope so because they're a father. And you say, no, you're not, it's adjustment period. And we go down just a little bit further to that. You said they're attached, or you say they're attached to me and need to form an attachment to you. You aren't hurting them. Andrew says, I am. He said, you're not. Give me one good reason as to why you think he's hurting them. And he replies back with, I'm moving too quickly. And you asked him to send you a picture of the marks, and he says, you'll see when you get home. So I know I just threw a lot at you right there, but do you remember that conversation?
Do you remember the marks once you got home?
So the marks,
You took a picture, right?
yeah,
Took a picture.
I had her outside. They just looked like she had jerked her arm when swaddling and his thumb caught her. Not that he had done anything intentionally to her.
You want to text me this, or do you want her to send me the picture and I'll send it to you?
Yeah, that'd be great.
And there were times when Danielle said that Andrew worried that he was either swaddling the babies too roughly or gassing her too hard.
Looking back, all the times that he says he's hurt her, seeing bruises, knowing the thing on the 8th, ribs cracking, then only pain medicine helping, does that change your opinion on what happened?
Looking back in hindsight, it does.
And what is that?
That he did hurt my baby, and he wasn't being honest with me about what happened that day. I took him at his word with him saying he thought maybe he gassed her too hard, and with it being hindsight, I feel like I should have pushed for more when we went to children's versus.
Yeah, I'm kind of concerned if it wasn't X-rays that day for some reason. I'm not sure why that didn't happen.
They did an ultrasound of her intestines, but they didn't do anything else.
Did you request anything specific that day yourself that they didn't do?
I didn't. I was trusting the experts, or at the time what I believed were experts. And I thought they were doing what was best for my baby, not sticking to their diagnosis of a stomach bug.
I mean, all through this, there were times that both you and him are Googling shaken baby, ribs cracking, and stuff like that. I mean, deep down, did you have a concern?
I didn't. It was me just trying, I think, to find a way to reassure him. What with
So obviously he had concerns that, looking at it today, were probably legit concerns from his part.
looking at it from the hindsight.
So you're saying basically you looking all this stuff up was just to reassure him that
He wasn't doing anything.
wasn't doing what he was thinking he was doing? Has your opinion changed on all that then?
My opinion, yes. It's, like I said, I'm looking at everything hindsight.
And that's easy to do. I mean,
Yeah.
we can Monday morning quarterback about everything we get involved in and see things that we would do different or change, or man, I wish I had that opportunity again type thing. But I mean, I think it's probably just part of normal human behavior, really.
And at some point when you were at Children's, what did Andrew, he was there on the 8th, right?
Yeah.
What did he say to them
He did mention that he thought he gassed her too hard, and they kind of brushed it off.
Do you have anything else?
Trying to go through my notes and.
Then detectives drop a final bombshell on Danielle, but she doesn't seem surprised.
There's overwhelming evidence that he was having an affair on you. The night before, there was a lot of messages on his phone between him and another female. And it wasn't just messages, it was sharing photos and videos with each other and stuff like that. Do you have any knowledge about anything to do with that or who you would suspect?
No.
Okay. Was there ever times where he would just disappear and you don't know where he's at, anything like that, or he's talking to somebody and it's awkward that he's trying to hide conversation with you?
I never really checked his phone. I never felt the need to check his phone.
Did he ever accuse you of anything like that? And the reason why I ask that is sometimes when people are doing that, they make accusations towards somebody else to kind of get it away from them.
He never outwardly accused me of anything. I learned, like I said, with this hindsight, I had at one point someone had told me about a YouTube video, ended up going through the comments on that. I've learned that he had told someone he thought I was cheating on him with my brother-in-law.
Police tell Danielle that Andrew has been cheating on her, and she doesn't seem shocked. A grand jury indicted Danielle on charges of murder and endangering children. She later pleaded guilty to 2 counts of child endangering for knowing that her children were in danger and not doing anything about it. That's her mugshot from the Ohio Department of Corrections, where she's serving a 5-year sentence. Andrew Kammerer pleaded guilty to charges of involuntary manslaughter, felonious assault, and obstruction of justice. He's serving a sentence of between 19 and 23 and a half years in prison. Baby Evelyn's twin is safe with someone who loves her. And that's it for this episode of Crime Fix. I'm Angenette Levy. Thanks so much for being with me. I'll see you back here next time.